welcome back. We have a forest, but now we need a lovely fairy. It took a bit of searching, but this one is really very pretty. I found her on Envato, but we have to turn her around because I want her to look into the painting. So I set the menu canvas, click on Ctrl T, scroll down to flip horizontal, and it's done. And I do this slow because this was an important request of my students. Please do all transitions slow. So I will do this, I promise you, during all my courses. Easy to follow, and yes, I will do it in a slow pace. Now let's cut her out with a lasso tool. We can do it with a pen tool, but that would take too much time for this short surprise lesson. So we just follow her lines and cut her out. So if you do a little piece and press backspace, it will work. But be sure that this staple sign is turned on. And if you do it this way, cutting out little pieces, you don't have to worry if you make a little mistake. So we keep on going, cutting her out piece by piece. And from here, we can go a bit quicker forward, as you know by now what to do. And yes, like I said, I am preparing a course with a friendly, slow pace, easy to follow, and it's all about photo mushing, just like this, but we go a little bit further. Many of my students really got stuck as the tempo is too high. And as I do my television show, I got loads of requests for more slow pace in the courses. So I promise every time when there's a transition or an important changement of tool, I will do it slow. Promise. But easy stuff like this, well, we can go fast forward because this is a repeating technique, and after a while you will get very handy and lots of practicing. With the erase tool we can clean up a few little glitches what we left, and this is why we sometimes prefer the pen tool. But for this purpose it will work all fine. And if we think she's clean, we right click on the layer and scroll down to convert to Smart Object. We click on the little square and there she is, long, tall and clean. We right click and export her as PNG, and in my case I want her on my desktop. And we name her Fairy Cut Out. We're going to drag her into our forest, and with Ctrl T we can make her smaller and put her on the right place on the path. It's looking all good, but let's add a few magic details like this flower decoration. It's a beautiful hair deco which I found on Envato Elements. We can resize it till it fits holding shift, and we can even use the warp tool, which might work even better. So we can choose Edit, scroll down to Transform and Warp. Now let's take a closer look. We can deform the floral head wreath, what a crazy word for a Dutchman, and I think it fits great for now. She's really pretty, but a fairy should have some wings. So I found two 3D wings on Envato, which I could deform a bit. They have very handy tools for that, so check it out. We have a left and a right wing, and with Ctrl T and holding Shift we can deform them, place them behind the fairy and make them fit. We place the wing layers, wing right and left, under the fairy cut out layer, otherwise she gets wings on her belly and we don't want that. Personally, I find the colors of the wings a bit too clear. So let's put opacity down a bit and they will look more transparent. And we will do this with both wing layers. We're gonna make a new layer and name it Shadow. With a soft brush and a bit of gray we can give her a very simple shadow. We don't do too much shadows, we leave this fairy as she is because I want a kind of blank variation around her. The light mini dress is taking care of that in a magical way, so we don't want to spoil this with shadows. Let's make a new layer and name it Branches. We choose the branch tool again and let's add more underwood in different sizes and colors on the edge of the path and around and in front of the tree. Then we make another layer and name it Right Branches. I could have named it Front Branches because actually they are in the front. just giving the viewers the idea that they are looking into the painting. So let's do a few branches more, and again I stay in the same color family. I follow the diagonal in the color picker, and it's still like autumn colors. Now let's change the brush and do a few leaves with this brush. Any leaf brush will do, it's just a good idea to make some variation. We make a new layer and name it leaves. Don't forget it, I like a good household that every layer has its name. Sometimes I forget it, I admit, but okay. For more light effects we even can use the color dodge, so now and then. And maybe you want to do more branches, leaves or flowers, and that's excellent. In the next course I will show you some interesting techniques for that. It's almost time to add some fairy lights, but first we need to draw a few more branches because this tree is too naked. We choose a hard round brush and a dark tone in the picker, and let's draw a few branches here and there to make it more realistic, and maybe a few indents or holes. A tree like this has always more branches and indents than you think. Take a good look when you walk to a park or a forest. We pick the rough brush again and play a bit with light and dark. I'm always surprised about the effect of this wonderful brush. Now see how far you want to go, take your time and no rush. Now we're gonna make a new layer under the tree trunk, and we call that background branches. With a small branch brush we can draw very fast a bunch of backdrop branches behind the tree trunk. It feels nicely, and we don't have to be afraid to touch the tree trunk itself. And when you think it's enough, we make a clipping mask, and with a soft brush and middle tone gray we can add a couple of shadows on the front stones. It looks more realistic, and you might have noticed that I changed the direction of the fairy shadow. It's just a small little thing, but it fits better with the direction of the light sources. We move on, and I want to show you how to do an overlay in fairy lights in a simple way. I found this overlay in Envato, but any other overlay will do. Holding Shift and we can stretch it all over the canvas till it fits. Then we go to the blending modes and click on screen. And there they are. They come up already pretty blurry, but still I find them too bright. So maybe we can turn down opacity, and yes, I think this will be enough. Let's put everything out, and there is our little masterpiece. In the next course, The Dance of the Fairy, we will go a bit deeper into the matter. So I hope you like it, and don't forget to subscribe and take a look at our website and drop me a line. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next course.